There's a great quote by Bruce Lee. He said, "I don't fear the man that practiced 10,000 kicks. I fear the man that practiced one kick 10,000 times." That being said, successful actors are the ones who play to their strengths. Actors oftentimes will say, "I can play many, many different kinds of roles." And that's just, that might be true, but the reality is, being good at a lot of roles or characters or things is not as effective as being great at something. Similar to what I talked about in the previous module, or in the previous action item about product versus brand, once you establish yourself as a brand, it's because you're known for something, you're great at something. All casting directors will go, if they get a character breakdown for a doctor, they all know who their 6 or 10 doctors are. They all know who their 6 or 10 lawyers are. They all know who their 6 or 10 wives are. They all know who their 6 or 10 bikers are. You want to be one of the people that comes to mind first. And if you are trying to be good at everything, the casting director has no idea where to place you. So you need to start focusing on your strengths, not only to help the casting director understand how to think about you, but also so that you can start winning. I want you to have an advantage over the competition. Yes, you can work on other aspects of your craft or your special skills, but you need to highlight something. You need to have something that comes out first that is going to help you penetrate the market. You need to focus on your strengths. There's a story or a parable in a book, a business book I read called Good to Great. I love this book. And it talks about the fox and the armadillo. So the fox wants to catch the armadillo. So it sneaks up on it, and the armadillo just drops, rolls up into a ball, lays there, and waits. The fox bats it around a little bit, gets tired, runs away. The armadillo takes off, starts walking again. The fox starts bounding around, comes in from another side, a different approach. The armadillo does the same thing. It just rolls up, lays there and waits. The fox bats it around, finally gets bored and leaves. The moral of the story is that the armadillo knows what it does best. It doesn't try to get fancy. It just keeps winning. And successful actors do the same thing. Now, I know you hear actors all the time, they hate being typecast, they hate the fact that they never get offered any other kinds of roles. Well, the reality of it is it's not really the producer's fault. It's also, this is the brand that these actors have established for themselves. In Hollywood, it's very common to put people, good guys and bad guys, or especially in traditional Hollywood. There's also, like I said, the housewives, the sweet, or the vixen, or there are many different characters, but we are all typecast. The only time you're going to get to break away from that is in independent films or productions that you produce yourself. And unfortunately, most actors don't understand this, so they try to be everything to everybody, and they end up winning nothing. Because when they want to be a bad guy, there's a better bad guy. If they want to be a lawyer, there's a better lawyer. If they want to be a doctor or a truck driver, there's a better truck driver. The idea is you need to identify for yourself what your strengths are, and if they're applicable, to help you find a niche for yourself that you can win. My brand is quite simple. I'm a politician or a businessman or a professional of some kind, a doctor or a lawyer. That's all I play. That is what I want casting directors, how I want casters to think about me. And my goal is to have casting directors, whenever they get those kind of roles, I want to be one of the people that comes to mind. I want them to be able to see it in anything they find online, and we'll talk more about that in the next section. But when it comes to focusing on your strengths, I need you to identify what your strengths are. I need you to not say, yeah, I'm a pool player, it's a special skill, when in fact, you're very average. If you're a great pool player, then highlight it. If you have a great Scottish accent, highlight it. Or if you have multiple accents that are great, highlight them. Great. But if they're not, don't misrepresent yourself. Also, you don't want to sit there and say, I can do everything. And even if you can, it's going to be very difficult for you to penetrate that market because you need casting directors to think about you, or when they look at your headshot, look at your resume, things to jump out at them right away that they go, oh wow, he's a specialist. We're in the world of specialization. We're in the world of niche. Everything's a niche market now. With the internet and the way everything's set up with actors and the number of agents there are and the number of actors, they can find whoever they want. So the best way to establish and sustain a long-term career is to develop a niche or maybe a couple niches for yourself where casting directors, first and foremost, you're one of the people that come to their mind. And to be able to do that, you need to understand what your strengths are. So what I'd like you to do is download the PDF. There's a page or two of different special skills, accents, whatnot, that I want you to check off. And then I want you to identify the ones that are the strongest for you. What I'd also like you to do is think about is there a market for that? I work with a lot of dancers and ballerinas, and they've come off musicals and whatnot. And they're saying, well, you know, there's not really that much of a market for dancers. And I say to them, no, hold on now. Let's talk about transferable skills. And this is the first time I've mentioned this. Transferable skills are something that you do or that you know very well, with a slight adaptation could give you an advantage in another category or another niche. For instance, dancers or a ballerina. All the difference between a ballerina and somebody who's competent in kung fu or karate is just whether or not they have a closed fist, whether or not their spin is a little bit more aggressive. So a ballerina could take a karate lesson or two and all of a sudden become that villain or that heroine or that cop who now has physical abilities. But it's about helping them understand how to transfer that skill. A ballerina, yes, if there is a role for a ballerina, they're going to have a great chance, but there really aren't that many roles for ballerinas. But there are definitely a lot of roles for cops, bad guys or bad girls who possess a physicality. Or maybe that ballerina or that dancer now is willing to move into stunt work or double work for stars who aren't willing to make that jump over the chair, but a ballerina or a dancer could because they're physical. So it's about what skills do you have on that list that you're going to print out and check off that are transferable and or more marketable in today's film and TV industry. Now, it also applies for theater, but for the most part, most people who are watching or are members of the Actor Advantage program want to work in mainstream film and television. Well, this definitely applies to you, is how do you take these skills and transfer them if they're, like you might have a very special, very highly trained in a certain specific skill, but there might not be a market for it in the region in which you're working. So if we can adapt that, wow, what does that open up for you? And these are the kinds of things that I want to do with you with the program. I want you to open your mind up to understanding that you're a product. How do you make this product better? How do you start developing the brand? That's going to make you more successful. You deserve to be happy. You deserve to lead a fulfilling life doing what you love, and you deserve to be able to earn a living doing what you love. I'm here for you. You can do this. So download that PDF, mark off all the skills and the accents, whatnot, or the attributes that you believe you have, and then identify the strengths. And then we can take a look at the marketplace, and you can talk to your agent. And because maybe your agent doesn't understand. They might be only thinking of you as a ballerina or a dancer. They're not thinking of you as a cop or somebody that can do a spinning roundhouse kick. You go take a free lesson, boom, your agent all of a sudden thinks differently of you. And you need to be able to communicate that to your agent. Focusing on your strengths is going to be a huge advantage for you over many of the actors you're going to be competing with. Don't kid yourself. Celebrities do this. Very successful Hollywood actors or actors in any city that work consistently play to their strengths. You can too. You can do this. And remember, there's never been a better time to be in show business.